Okay. Who this? Actually, I should check the secrets. Okay. Who this? Oh. Thingy. Strange to see a little girl smoking a pipe, but sure, why not? Ah, here's the village of Mila. Whoa, look at the hair on this guy. Kinzer. So he repairs things, but we don't need anything repaired. Oh, who the hell are you? Ah, you're the one I was looking for. Okay. Nice. You forgot the cheese, though. Who the hell are you? Can I have your hat? I want an adventure. Takes a whole goose bucket of patience. How many patience can you fit into a goose bucket, and how does that help the doctor? Oh man. Tease. Ooh, cracked ground here, but I don't know how to do anything about that. Must be another power for later. Alright, well, I guess we're going back to the catacombs then. Actually, you know what? Let's do an experiment. Nothing. Alright. What's off to the left? Well, water's not great right now. Hopefully I can find something that'll let me survive underwater for a while at some point. I assume I will.
I have returned.
Hello. We have to go back to the dark place now.
Go back to the darkness.
Actually, that was a pretty fun game. You ever play The Darkness?
Actually, I believe I own one of them on Steam. Or I might think of another game. I just remember
I never read
one...
the comics they were based on, but
that's the one where like the one guy like inherits like basically demonic powers or some shit after his like girlfriend or some shit's killed.
Yeah. He's like a gangster.
Yeah, that guy.
And he can control like living darkness.
Oh yeah, because I remember watching Halloween. I remember watching Halloween 4545 play that.
It's actually from a comic, but I've never read the comic.
Yeah, it kind of gave me like Punisher vibes, but with the whole supernatural thing going with it.
Kinda. Except it was more of a personal vendetta. He wasn't just, going after people because they were bad people.
Right. Yeah. True. Yeah.
But it kind of ended up with that sort of anti-hero thing.
Yeah. Actually, I kind of vibe more with anti-heroes because, like, I feel a bit more sympathetic with them because they're more, like, to me, they're more realistic. Like, that's how somebody would actually be in, like, a real-life situation as opposed to, like, a heroic character. But
That's how bad they get, but yeah. Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like, I'll tell you right now, if I had superpowers, I would not necessarily refuse to kill people, depending on what they did. Like, if they deserve it, like, if the Joker was real, I would kill his ass. Straight up.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the thing, though, is that if Batman does kill the Joker, then the Joker technically wins. That's why Batman won't kill him.
Not really, though. But that's the excuse they use because because what really is going on is if the Joker dies, then we lose a whole bunch of cool stories.
Well, when they originally introduced him in the comic, he was actually supposed to die on the issue that he was brought in, but because so many people liked him, they kept him around. And
yeah, he's one of the best villains ever.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
especially now, like he's very different now than he was at the beginning, but
yeah, and he's a villain you love to hate. He's like a character like you want him to stick around, but at the same time you hate the fuck out of his guts.
Yeah, like he's a horrifically evil person, but he's in his own way. He's got a weird charisma to him.
Well, I mean, I remember talking about this tidbit episode of the Joker where he's like, "I'm crazy enough to take on the Batman, but the IRS, no, thank you."
But
I think actually I talked to the Joker.
No, you said who was he saying no thank you to?
He was talking to just one of his goons. He's just like,
yeah, but who was he talking about? You said he's crazy enough to take on the Bat, but something, no thank you.
Okay, so essentially he's being charged with tax evasion by the IRS.
Oh, the IRS, no thank you.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. He's like, listen, I'll take on Batman, no problem, but the fucking IRS, nah, fam, I'm out. And I'm like, yeah, the IRS is like, the IRS is the legal,
fucking
the
relentless
mafia. They're basically a legalized mafia. They will extort money from you, and they can do it with, with the full endorsement of the U.S. government. But at least they're honest in their ruthlessness. I'll give them that. Like, they at least tell you, we're gonna fuck you, and then they wait a little bit, and then they fuck you. So at least you know the fucking is coming.
You have 1 week to get some lube ready.
Basically. Yeah, at least they don't go in dry.
Well, look at fucking like Cletus and Jeb over here.
Cletus and Jeb, oh my god.
Actually, hang on. My face is covering Jeb for the people on stream. Where's my...
have we entered an episode of Duck Dynasty? Oh god! He looks like a fat fucking chipmunk.
Right?
And then I see his face.
Dale and Tucker. Those are some redneck ass names.
Dale and Tucker versus Evil. Yes. Also, I'm not sure if this looks like a fat version of Pennywise, a fat version of Ronald McDonald, or a fat fucking hairless chipmunk.
Ronald McDonald finally failed to heed the advice that you're not supposed to use your own supply.
Wait, hold on, how old is this game?
This game, less than a year. maybe,
Okay,
roughly a year
okay.
tops.
Okay, so this is a reference to Dale and Tucker versus Evil. Okay. I thought this was like an old game.
Oh no, it's just done NES style. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I like the Dale and
Oh, okay.
Tucker
This
reference.
the game's actually explaining what the tiers do now. I've only had 2 of them before they decided to actually tell me, though.
Don't ask me what it means or how I even know this. Must be those darn swamp fumes.
Yeah. All right, let's
Yeah, found a tier.
turn my ugly mug back on here.
But are the tiers salty?
They'd have to be, I would imagine. All right, skeeters. Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay, I am not getting across that. Yeah.
No, they're not. You call them skeeters.
Skeeters.
Eat us to lead us on the skeetus.
Do they have to be salty to chooch? What?
Is that supposed to be cooch?
I don't know.
But I believe cooch is a term for alcohol, though. At least I thought.
No, that's hooch.
Oh,
Hooch is extremely different, although sometimes they go together.
Yeah, they do.
I guess I'm going back to catacombs.
Trent got it right. Well, yeah, of course, because he's a resident of North Montana. I mean, Canada.
Oh. No, I believe you mispronounced Montana. It's actually South Canada.
I was making a
thought that
joke
was,
in reference to.
North
No, I was making a joke in reference to Meet the Robinsons because I think it's like the main character goes into the future, and like Canada somehow gets absorbed into the U.S. and becomes North Montana. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, it reminds me of some friends and I had a laugh at the rule book for Shadowrun, because they're talking about how in Shadowrun the U.S. and Canada merge into a single country called the United Canadian and American States.
Cooching is the act of masturbating using tears for lube. It's like how emo people masturbate. Like, I want to feel pleasure, but I'm gonna be sad about it.
I mean, that's some people for sure.
Yeah, I
But
know.
anyways, yeah. So, and apparently, at one point in the Shadowrun story, I think before Canada and America merged, the Canadian city of Windsor merged with the American city of Detroit, which were just across the river from each other. And it said something like, "Oh, the citizens of Windsor were only too happy to merge into Detroit," and we all laughed like, "No, the fuck we wouldn't be." Which was ironic because I lived in Windsor at the time.
Kai, listen to me. There's a lot of random shit that I don't know why that I know the things that I know. And just you hang around weird people, you walk into weird places. Yeah, you go on the internet. Internet's the Wild Wild West. It's the new Wild Wild West. And
Wild West. Guy, you want to move?
Good.
Thank you.
I don't know how I feel about that
Spawn
movie.
camping me there. You see that shit?
Yeah, I did see that. I don't think about it. Will Smith hasn't been in a movie in a little while.
It's true. Yeah, his kids are doing it for him now.
I mean, I think the last movie he was in was that shitty M. Night Shyamalan film.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
And like the dude came out with a good film with what was it? It was like these two kids like have to stay with their, I think, grandparents, but it's not actually their grandparents. It's people impersonating as them, and it's a really, really, really good movie. Like, you know, M. Night Shyamalan's had so many fucking misses, but that one, he really nailed it. I forgot the name of it, though. And then he released a film not too long ago that didn't really do so hot, and that one I don't know
be more
the name
specific
of.
than that.
I know, I need to be specific. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm going to the Wikimobile.
The Wikimobile. I like it.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Also, how weird is it that normally people write out their name was like first name, middle initial, last name, but he's like first initial, middle name, last name.
Okay, so let's see.
Also, who the fuck names their kid Knight?
Okay, so it was The Visit was the movie I'm thinking of, and then Glass is the movie that I remember him doing that just didn't do well.
I didn't bother seeing that one because I didn't really like Unbreakable. Shit,
no.
Again.
No. Yeah, because actually, yeah, that one was actually fine. No, it's called Old, and it's this family is on this island, and for some reason, some of them are aging rapidly. And
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
It's got a 50% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It didn't do well with audiences either. It's not Shyamalan's worst work, but it wasn't really that good. It was very cliche. So, the hot wings that I had earlier, like the smell, like because I've got them sitting in my fridge because I'm gonna eat them tomorrow for my breakfast or whatever. The smell is starting to seep closer to me, and I'm like, I don't know, I kind of want to eat them right now because they smell so fucking good. Like, say what you will about B-Dubs, their sauces smell so goddamn good, and they taste amazing.
I like Buffalo Wild Wings, although I've only ever been to one location before, so I don't know. Maybe they're just better in Canada than they are in the States, but...
I'm sure Canada has better regulations than the United States does when it comes to, like, food regulations, but, yeah.
Probably. Although, we have a... I mentioned before, but we've got a location of Popeye's Chicken that opened up here a couple years or so ago, or roughly, something like that. And it is not good. Well, it's not terrible, but it's mediocre. Whereas the one time I went to the very first time I ever went to a Popeye's Chicken was in Vegas, and it was amazing. Way better than the one we have here.
So actually, I'm reminded of the waiter that we had while we were at B-Dubs, me, my dad, and my sister. The dude had like purple hair dye, and my dad and I looked at each other because our waiter had like he had purple dyed hair. Initially I was like, whatever, you wear your hair how you want to wear it. But I immediately I looked at my dad, he looked at me, and then we looked at my sister, and then she's like, "What?" And my dad just started laughing, and then I made the joke of, did Tinky Winky just jizz in this dude's hair? Like, what the fuck happened? And in fairness to me, he actually turned out to be a really shitty waiter, so I don't feel bad for making fun of him.
Hey, check it out. I can see here now.
I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Or, well, I guess in this case, the
dark is gone. Yeah.
The darkness is gone. Get into the chopper.
Get out of the darkness.
Get out of the dark. Yeah. Get into the bubble if you want to live.
And yes, Kai, I understand that you gave your son a weird name too, but that doesn't necessarily mean that other people aren't also weird.
Kren, I named my son effectively Shining White Hawk of Battle. That's actually a badass name. What are you talking about? Shining
a lot less
White
edgy
Hawk
than
of Battle.
Let's see. There's something up there. Some stuff over there, maybe. Yeah, I want to explore up this way.
Be right back. I need another pee break. My bladder is apparently attacking me.
I hope you win. Roll initiative. I can't get up there from here. Alright, looks like I have to go through the water to get to it. Alright, let's try down and left a bit then. Oh, how do I get that button? Yeah, like this. Wait, I thought I had this key. There we go. Boop. Yeah, fuel boxes, sir.
Okay, so I just noticed something about the paper towels I've been using for the last like 2 days.
Oh.
They smell absurdly weirdly. They smelled weirdly like fucking like firewood. And like I know paper towels come from trees and whatnot, but why do my paper towels smell like firewood?
That's real weird.
That is bizarre. I'm gonna put them as far away from my lighters as possible.
It's probably a good idea.
Actually, majority of the lighters I have, I should probably throw out anyway, because A, they're old as shit, B, yeah. I don't smoke
And
anymore,
B,
so.
yeah, you make a good point. I can't argue with that logic. Alright, Geronimo.
Skeletons that shoot pumpkins, or flaming pumpkins?
Right?
It must be Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Howling Pumpkin Scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween. Everybody make a trick or treat.
This is pumpkin spice. This is pumpkin spice.
Says all the California girls.
Yeah.
Or not the California girls, the Valley girls. Ooh, that reminds me, it's about to be October, so I'm curious as to see who's gonna do some Halloween covers this year.
I need to shoot some horror games. Probably not gonna do it the whole month or anything, but
you know, that's actually a weird thing I've noticed.
I cannot get through this room. Fuck
That's
is
actually
going on
weird.
here?
That's actually a weird thing I've noticed about like American film industries is that a lot of the horror movies are either released in July or in the middle of summer. They're never released during the fall season. And I find that really weird. And they're released in summer when like the big summer blockbusters come out, and you know, typically it's like June, July, and August. You have your big summer blockbusters, and then you have your fall season stuff. That, you know, when the Harry Potter films used to come out, or when the big holiday films would come out. They never do proper horror films in the month of October where they should be released.
That is weird.
Mm-hmm. No, Kai, I don't think you're a Valley girl.
Hey, it's a Jake.
A nub cake. With a party of 8!
Nub cake, party of 8. Nub cake, party of 8.
Oh god, alliterations. What even are they?
How's it going, Jake? What were you guys? How was Factorio today?
Is your table ready? What are you gonna? Or what are we doing? The Last Supper?
Yes, you're on a diet now.
Wait, who's the Judah of this thing? Wait, was the Last Supper? I don't remember. No, yeah, he was. Never mind.
You're out of copper. Oh shit! Isn't the world like infinite in that thing, or is it just really huge?
I mean, if it's like Minecraft or 7 Days to Die, it should be unlimited. I died in a strange alien pyramid thing. Yeah,
There's a strange alien pyramid thing in Factorio now? Were there more updates? Or is it a mod thing? I haven't really looked into the mods all that much.
Okay, did you step into a Prometheus film? And if you did you do the Charlize Theron method of running away? Because if you did, you don't run a straight line, you dodge to the side.
Serpentine! Serpentine!
No, Serpentine is how what's his ass from Game of Thrones season 6 should have lived when Ramsay Bolton was shooting arrows at him.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. Every fucking reactor, like top to bottom, every reactor that has watched that episode has said, "Why don't you zigzag?"
You don't
like exactly.
That's like it's like when you're watching something else and you see people who are like, oh, there's a tree gonna follow me. I better run away from it in a straight line for some reason. Or maybe you could just step 10 feet to the side, you idiot.
Well, that's why I just kind of gave shit on Prometheus, because Charlize Theron's character runs from like this like big ass ship thing that's like rolling towards her at a vertical angle. And I'm like, if you had run like maybe 10 feet to the side, you would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Our DCN build PC gets it. Prometheus School of Running Away from Things.
Indeed. So, Jake, what are your goals that you have left in Factorio that you still need copper for, but you've run out of it already? Because I've seen how massive your factory is. What is there possibly left to do? I guess stuff that has to do with the mod, but
Fact, you say, do they build facts there?
They do.
Neat.
It's the fact factory.
The fact factory.
Actually, you do have to build basically science beakers to research on technology. So technically, there is a fact factory when you're building your science juice.
What's the name of that game again?
Factorio?
Okay, never mind. I was thinking, because there's this server I joined. The owner of it's named Joker Clown, and he's a big Joker fanboy. But yeah, like he was mentioning a game similar to that. It's called Space Engineers, and he was trying to get me to like hop in with him.
I don't know how similar overall it really is, but I know they're both buildy games, but there's probably a lot of differences in the details. Also, I'm curious if Space Engineers has an actual like winning condition. Like, is it a sandbox, or is there actually a thing you're supposed to be doing?
I think it's I think it's a lot like Minecraft is a sandbox. Like, there is a quote unquote, like, you go all the way, you fight the Ender Dragon, and that's technically the end of the game. But you actually continue playing the. Yeah, Minecraft.
I said Space Engineers.
Yeah. I think Space Engineers is similar to Minecraft in that you just build shit and survive as long as you can. But I could be wrong, because I haven't played it. But given what
Jake says, it's totally sandbox. Yeah. So what you just said, basically.
Gotcha. 10-4.
Which is a little bit what Satisfactory is like right now, but they're not done making the game. Plus, you could also, with Satisfactory, you unlock stuff as you go, so you can kind of consider the game to have a bit of an endpoint in the sense of, like, I got to the end of building everything that I can build and unlocking all the stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of my issue with 7 Days to Die. It's like, once you just get enough, like, ammo that you have more than you know what to do with, all your weapons are rank 6, you've got the best armor, you don't get encumbered anymore, it kind of becomes a little boring. And like,
right.
I
guess I'm gonna go back to the southeast, or northeast maybe. I don't know. There's a drop. I got the light and I could go around the catacombs better, but I wasn't able to do all of the things there yet. And the game was trying to tell me to go to a temple thing in the southeast, but I can't get across that fully either. So I've got more exploring to do, I guess. Well, there's a drop down to the east. I don't fully understand. I'm gonna check that out again. Damn it.
live on another planet. Hey, you and me both, brother. Like, get me out of Earth. Like, I'm done.
I can't. Oh, I could get across this.
Oh, Cat, what are you freaking out about now? Sorry, Grant, I didn't interrupt you.
Yeah. You didn't.
Twitch
I was just saying, hey, I can go this way.
Twitch is acting a little funky right now.
Yeah, that happens.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. No, nothing doing the YouTube.
I would think it would be amazing if at some point, I know it would be a ton of work and probably won't happen, but if Satisfactory started adding new planets to the game, that would be amazing.
I mean, if what is it called? No, is it No Man's Sky, the game that like you bounce around different planets and whatnot?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure.
Problem with that game is they're all procedurally generated, so you don't know what you're gonna get. Whereas Satisfactory, they've only got the one world, but it is handcrafted, so it's the same every time. You can learn it.
I don't know.
It's good quality layout.
I don't know. I kind of like randomly generated worlds for like those exploration, build 'em up games. Like Minecraft does that really well. Or
it can
actually,
be interesting.
Yeah, Minecraft does it really well.
It can be interesting, but it can also not at all.
Yeah, because I know what you're saying, because in 7 days, like, I tried starting a new game, and I did 6 attempts, and every time I either got a shitty environment, or I was nowhere near a merchant, so that I could, buy shit after doing quests, or even get quests in the first place, which is the best way to get decent equipment and whatnot. And so I'm just like, okay, guess we're going back to the old world, and I went back to the old world, and that's where the Banshee Zombie Bimbo Bitch Brigade kept attacking my fucking door.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Guy...
You just don't know what kind of world quality you're going to get with procedurally generated. Sometimes it can be very interesting. Like, I'm glad that Terraria works that way, for example. Because that way every playthrough is going to be different.
And that's something.
It's not the way it is with Satisfactory, though.
Yeah, that's also something I appreciate about like the Total War games, is that it's typically like on the initial start, it's gonna be kind of like, okay, yeah, you get through your initial opponents, but everything after, it's random, it's different, it's not gonna be the same thing every time.
Yeah, but Satisfactory is the same every time, and I think it would be, but it turns out to be a pretty good world, and they can make sure that there's the right amount of resources around and things. But I feel like at some point in the future, when they feel like they can manage it, making like some other planets you can choose from, because the way the game's set up right now, it's always the same planet, but you have 3 different starting locations that you can pick. Sorry, 4 different starting locations that you can pick from when you start a new game. Like, okay, do I want to start on this part of the planet, that part, or etc.
Gotcha.
So they could potentially make a new planet and be like, okay, here's some new starting locations on a new planet. And that would be kind of awesome.
Oh yeah, so Kai, I not only beat the shit out of the Barricine Bear Clan that like ambushed me, I actually got my 2 walls set up, and the Banshee and Bimbo Bitch Brigade are no longer attacking that door. There was another rant that I posted. I forgot where it was. I think it was actually during one of your streams. But, yeah, I've actually kind of mediated. Yeah, I saved the door. I Hodored. Hold the door! Hodor! God rest Hodor's soul.
I feel like that's when Game of Thrones was starting to go downhill. That whole, I'm called this because I hold a door, was so dumb.
I mean, yeah, I won't kind of not entirely disagree with you, but at the same time, Hodor's death, like, really crippled me. Like, that was one of the few times that Game of Thrones made me cry. But yeah, Season 6 was the last, like, good season that entire show had. Everything after was just kind
I
of.
think
It was
7
either
was
meh.
still mostly good, but that's when the downhill was starting.
That's where the pacing issues kicked in, and then in season 8 just exacerbated them like tenfold.
I haven't even seen 8. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother.
I honestly, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I wouldn't, were I you. Season 8 was just fucking bad. Like, I can't for the life of me find anybody of reputable, critical opinions, or whatever you want to call it, say that it was even remotely good. Like, episodes 1 and 2 I thought were okay. They established storylines, have characters interact that we haven't seen interact before. Episode 3 happens. Fucking hated it. Couldn't see shit, but I still hated it. And then 4 happened, and after 4 I'm like, okay, yep, they fucked up. They done fucked up. We're out. Pack it up, boys. We're going home. They fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So I would save your roughly 6 hours and not even bother.
Yeah. Although one thing I really want to check out is season 2 of American Gods. I don't know if they've done more than that yet or not. Maybe they have. I don't know. But I watched season 1 of it with the family before COVID started.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good about American Gods. I don't know how good or bad season 2 is, but I heard a lot of good about season 1. My dad was actually trying to push
Season
me
1 was
to watch
great.
it.
It's interesting too because they've changed some things around. So even if you've read the books first, which I recommend, they've added a bunch of new stuff and made a few character changes a little bit that I think actually make more sense. Did you ever read the book, Luca?
No, I did not. I didn't even know it was a book.
Ah, do you know what it's about?
Nope.
So the idea is the basic premise of the story is that gods live on, like, essentially in the hearts and minds of their worshippers.
Mm-hmm.
And when people migrated, like, from other countries to the U.S., they basically brought their gods with them. But then the worship of those gods, and I'm talking about like multiple different pantheons here, but the worship of those gods fell off, and the gods basically got depowered to the point where they're just trying to get by and live day to day like everybody else at this point. So basically, you have a bunch of, like, the main protagonist is not one, but he ends up meeting a bunch of the gods, and they're all just trying to get by, you know, like they're just pretty much regular people now, and shenanigans ensue going on from there. But it's a pretty good story. I especially enjoyed trying to figure out who one of the main characters of the story was, like actually was, and because I know a bit about mythology, I was able to figure out who he was before he revealed who he was. And the way they paced that out for the TV show is the revelation of that character came. It was basically the last episode of season 1. They revealed who that character was. But if you know your mythology, you can figure it out. Ow! Forgot about that thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but they changed one of the gods that's in there. Is, I don't know if you know, like, I certainly don't know much about African mythology, but apparently in African mythology there is a spider god who is like a trickster god, and he's called Anansi, and they changed what his day job as a regular person was, and I think it was a pretty good change, actually, because it made more sense. In the book, he was a cab driver, but in the TV show, he's a tailor. It's like, of course, a spider would be a tailor, right? Silk.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Crimson Howler.
He's got a magnificent beard.
Those bones were totally here when I got here, honest. I've seen a few places where being able to pass through walls will be handy. I like how not particularly eager he is about whether I stay safe or not. He's like, yeah, whatever, I guess.
You do the thing. You have fun.
Alright, I guess. Yeah. Alright, time to explore back to the northeast again.
Back to the nor'easters.
Yeah, I keep running into certain areas where I lack the ability to get through, so. Save point, thank you. Use one of those. Actually,
one of those.
Google gobble, Google gobble. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Drop a tier on this. The end of season 1's a good place to finish, Burns. What, you didn't like season 2? Yeah, that's the water.
I mean, that's what I tell people when it comes to Game of Thrones. I'm like, yeah, watch seasons 1 through 6 and then just drop the show.
One thing that was cool that they added in American Gods, the TV show, is you get to meet the goddess of spring, otherwise known as Easter.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Ian McShane's in that one.
I don't know who that is.
He's an actor. Like when
yeah, I guess that.
when Blast Action was here, where he talked about Deadwood, Ian McShane was like the best character in there. Okay. I believe he's also in American Gods, and in fact, he was in season 6 of Game of Thrones. If you remember the guy that the Hound met at like that group of like refugees that were just kind of building a settlement and whatnot before they got butchered.
Vaguely. Can somebody in chat actually... What was the guy's name again? Ian McShane, you said?
Ian McShane, yeah.
Can somebody do a Google image search and find me a good image of Ian McShane and link it in chat, please? I wish to know who this person is.
He's a fucking awesome
I'll probably
actor.
recognize him when I see him, but the name's not doing anything for me.
If you want, I can... Yeah. Oh, never mind. Burnsville got you.
Can't go to any of these places. Alright, let's see. Ian McShane, who are you? Oh, yeah. Okay, so the guy I was talking about that they reveal who he is at the end of season 1, that's his character.
Ah, gotcha.
He's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I love Ian McShane. He's one of my favorite actors. In fact,
let's just say he does a great job of portraying the person that he is in this show.
There's... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Okay, I'll drop you a quick hint. If you know your mythology, this might be a hint for you, but it's a bit obscure. The character goes by the name Mr. Wednesday.
Ah, yeah, I'm drawing a like on that one.
It's a very obscure clue. You'd have to know more, honestly, but he's basically a guy who hires the protagonist to work, basically be his odd job man.
Listen, Kai, we can't all be intelligent people like you, okay? Listen, I'm a Neanderthal American. It's from Wednesday. I don't know what the hell that is either.
Kai, don't explain it. That you'll give it away.
Also, if I suddenly dip out of your, I mean, you're a dumbass. You're not a dumbass. I'm a dumbass.
It's the name is very obscure for people who don't know their mythology very well.
Listen, Kai. The reason why I'm a dumbass is because when I got out of active duty, I could have taken the 25 grand that they gave me as a separation package and dipped the fuck out to live with my family. What did I do? I stuck around, joined the guard. How am I doing? I'm borderline penniless now. I'm a dumbass. Also, Krendar, if I suddenly...
What happens? Huh?
Also, I was gonna say, Krendar, if I suddenly like dip out of your VC It's because I'm eyeing this Among Us game with some friends that were like, "Hey,
I mean,
you wanna?"
My stream's gonna be done in 15 minutes, so you don't even worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to
see what happens when I fall in this water. Oh, instant death. Okay.
Geronimo.
Geronimo. Shit. Oh,
Geronimo!
man,
Nope, you're a dumb hoe!
I'm running out of ideas right now.
Oh god, I'm thinking again back to how Mappo dealt with the Nameless King and also with the fucking Lothric Derp twins. Like, god, the finishing blow he put on both of them is just so goddamn good.
Awesome.
And I complimented him on both, and I'm like, dude, how are you getting these awesome kills? Like, god damn, it's like a cinematic almost. And his Mass... Oh, that's another thing I was going to talk about. Have you played the Mass Effect games by chance?
The originals, not... I think that... Is a remake out? I think it's out, right?
It's not a remake, it's a remaster. It's the same exact game, it's got more polished graphics and utilities and whatnot, but there's...
Okay, yeah.
In terms of, like, plot, it's pretty much the same. But,
well, I would imagine. Yeah.
His playthrough of Mass Effect, it's a little bit of a chore to watch because he really wants to get into the lore of things, but I kind of appreciate that. That tells me that he's loving the game, so I'm more invested in watching it. I do kind of skim over. I don't watch this like gunplay tidbits. I watch him react to the character interactions and the plot developments and whatnot, and then the couple of boss fights that happen between the three games. I do watch those. I'm like, okay, I'll give this a watch. But I recommend you watch his Mass Effect playthrough once you get done with his Dark Souls 1 through 3 playthrough, and also if Andor around when he's doing Bloodborne. Because I think Mappo's got really good. He's long-winded. You know, I think I mentioned that too. That he's long-winded, and it's a little grating, but like it tells me also that he really appreciates the games that he's playing. So it makes me a little bit more invested in what he's doing in his playthrough. So, yeah. And yeah, for everybody in chat, I recommend you check him out as well. He's not the funniest of individuals, but he is very smart, very attentive to his thing, and
yeah,
he's
pretty funny sometimes, but not.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say he's pretty deadpan most of the time. He doesn't have a wide. He doesn't emote very well most of the time, unless he's like feeling really emotional about something.
Oh, wait till you see his fight with fucking Champion Gundyr. He went from bitching at him to being completely silent. I'm like, okay, when somebody's completely silent when they're fighting a Dark Souls boss, you know they're fucking pissed off. Because
that means it's serious business time.
Oh, I did the same exact fucking thing with the Orphan of Cause. Like, the Orphan of Cause damn near broke me. I beat them, and then I unmute my mic, and I'm like, oh, thank God, that's over.
I still say Moonlight Greatsword guy before him, Mr. Horse Mutation guy.
Oh, Ludwig.
Ludwig was worse than Orphan, I'd say.
I actually found Ludwig to be very fun. I found Orphan of Cause to just be an asshole. Not unfair. Like I'm not
both
saying
bastards, but I feel like Orphan's not as bad. Still pretty bad though.
Orphan gave me so many problems. Like Ludwig to me, it's like I really like the second phase. Like the second phase is just a fun fucking fight. Like you see him find his Moonlight Sword, and he's like, "Oh, my mentor, I found you." And now you're actually fighting this badass hunter that the church like put as like their champion of champions and whatnot. And I'm like, this feels fucking amazing. I'm a hunter fighting this guy, and then when you defeat him, he's like, "Tell me, did our order do the right thing?" And it's like, you can tell them the truth, or you can give them the comfort of saying that, like, yeah, they did the thing. And then I always do the choice of, yeah, the hunters did the right thing. The beasts are gone. You know, you can rest easy because Ludwig was a good guy. He was a good, decent guy.
Yeah. He was actually a very impressive cinematic fight. It's just that some of his moves were a little bit bullshit. Like, there was a bunch of shit he could do that had no tell whatsoever.
I'm assuming you're referring to his first phase, because his first phase, he's uncoordinated, chaotic. You can't really predict what the fuck he's going to do.
Poop. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind a bit of like not being able to predict ahead of time what they're going to do, but you gotta telegraph your moves a little bit to give the player a chance.
I agree.
And some of them don't. Like, some of them will... Thankfully, the ones that don't telegraph whatsoever do a small amount of damage, but still, like, he is hard to handle.
I think of Bloodborne's DLC bosses, though, I think Marie is my favorite overall. Ludwig's a close second, but I think Marie is my favorite.
It was pretty fun. I liked the, what were they called? The Garden of Mistakes or whatever it was?
Oh, the Living Failures.
Living Failures. That's a cool fight. That's a cool fight.
I consider them to be derbs, kind of like the Celestial Emissary, I think its name is, like the big blue guy you gotta fight before you reach the
Oh yeah.
Those guys are fun as fuck. They're so fucking derpy.
They are.
Like,
Alright, I'm starting to get tempted to look up a guide for tomorrow's stream, because I have no idea. Everywhere I'm capable of going, I keep running into something's preventing me from doing anything there. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do next.
You just do the thing.
Oh, I get this, though.
I know that.
Actually, wait. Oh, it's a health upgrade that they do. Okay. I can hand in this for a health upgrade, which is going to be good. But story-wise, like as far as getting to the next part of the gameplay, I don't know where the hell to go. I'm getting cock-blocked at every turn. Where was that guy? Anyways, he was in this village, I think.
Wait, Kai says there's a fight with them in it? What?
Oh, she's just doing a little self-depreciating humor when you were talking about derpy-looking enemies.
Oh. Hey, I mean, the fucking...
Oh, Living Failure, that was it.
No.
My point still stands.
No, the Living Failures weren't derps. It was the Celestial Emissary that was...
No, I was guessing what she was talking about incorrectly.
Oh. I was gonna say, like, the Living Failures aren't really derpy. They're just kind of gimmicky. Kind of.
Yeah, no, you're talking about the guys with the Celestial Emissary.
Yeah, the Celestial Emissary. It's just... There's a bunch of, like, angry blue guys that just come charging at you. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
I thought that was a fun boss, too, though. Like, you're fighting this swarm of little guys, and then suddenly one of them hulks the fuck out.
I'm like, oh shit, it's like Cthulhu's angry fucking cousin. What the hell?
Where's the pedals guy?
That is one thing I'll give Bloodborne. I mean, aside from the fucking Chalice Dungeon bosses, the main game bosses and the DLC bosses, I think top to bottom are really good. The only one that disappoints me is Lawrence, because I felt like Lawrence deserved to be better than just the fucking rehash of the
well, he was the cleric beast, but with added complications.
Yeah, but
and the added complications were really fucking tough to deal with.
Fire and uber damage, and honestly, yeah. I don't mind Bloodborne, like, you know, reusing the fucking theme song between the cleric beast and Victor Amelia and all that other stuff. What I hate about the first Dark Souls game and Bloodborne is reusing bosses. That
it made the boss fight a lot different, though, so I don't really mind. He's actually the only guy I never beat, was Lawrence.
I mean, I beat every boss in Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 2, I beat all the bosses except
I mean in Bloodborne specifically.
Oh, Bloodborne specifically. Yeah. No, I thought Lawrence was boring. I thought he deserved better. I thought he should have been the final boss of the DLC.
Dark Souls 2 had 2 bosses I never beat, and 3 had 1 I never beat. But they were... I never beat Dark Eater Midair. And I never beat... actually, one of the ones I never beat in 2 was also a dragon. Dragons are OP.
I don't remember if you saw the video I did of me fighting Midair where I just spammed a spell and killed him that way. I'm like, yeah, I know, I bullshitted Midair, but you know what? I still beat him. Winning is winning. Am I right?
Sorry, say that again? I was reading the NPC dialogue.
In the video where I fight Midair, I spam a spell, like, because he's so massive. The spell that I cast, it like does, I think it's like 25 damage per second, and because he stands at the same spot for so long, it does like astronomical amounts of damage.
Didn't you like poison him to death or something?
Basically I poisoned him to death.
I mean,
and I'm like,
fair enough.
And I'm like,
beat the fucking guy.
I'm like, hey, listen, I fully acknowledge that I didn't beat him the fair way, the Dark Souls way. I did it through bullshit, but you know what? I still beat the son of a bitch. The Fear Turkey got fucked. I did it in the month of November of all fucking times as well.
I don't get the significance of that, but okay.
Okay, so Thanksgiving, Turkey Day for us Americans, and then the Fear Turkey thing is a reference to there's a YouTube channel called Team 4 Star, and they did an abridged series of a show called Hellsing Ultimate, and one of the running gags was that Alucard, who is the son of Dracula, kept sending threatening messages of killing the Pope. And it got to the point where he said, like, yes, I'm going to instill fear in the turkey. I'm going to fuck the Fear Turkey. Hashtag follow me at, like, the Crimson Fucker or some shit like that. You would need to watch it to actually get it. It's a great series. I recommend you watch it. It's not long. Each episode, I think, is like maybe 10 minutes long, and there's only, I think, 9 of them. So, yeah.
All right. Well, for now, I'm going to end the stream. Let's go and raid somebody, and then I'm going to look up a guide and figure out where the hell I'm supposed to be going next, because I am out of ideas. I've got a whole bunch of stuff on my map that connects to rooms I haven't explored yet, and I can't get through any of them.
If only the merchants would tell you a GPS.
See, what? Huh?
I said if only the merchants would tell you a GPS.
I mean, I don't need a thing that tells me... Well, I guess I need a thing that tells me where I'm supposed to go next. It's not that I don't know how to get to places, it's just that I don't have abilities that I need to get through certain obstacles.
Gotcha.
So I don't know where the thing I don't know where to get those abilities. Anyway. Oh, I know a guy who's playing that Getting Over It game right now. He's played that before, so I guess he's doing another challenge run of it or something. Let's go visit him. Alright, what?
Sorry. No, sorry. Keep going.
I mean, I was just about to start the raid, so you tell me what you're gonna say.
I was gonna say, like, the fucking thing that I want to hop into, they're trying to vote kick one of the members out, so perfect timing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go visit our buddy Ricky. Have a good night, Luca.
Ricky Ticky Tavi. Yeah, have a good night.
Good luck with your move. And hopefully it goes smooth. Relative term, obviously.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, have a good night, my guy.
Bye-bye.